If you require assistance, I will be more than willing to provide it. Of course, you don't have to ask, but it might come in handy. I might, but I might be petulant and evil about it. Oh, Christ. Okay, so about Zoltan. Zoltan is a bit of an egotist, isn't he? I see you have not spent much time in the academy before. Have you seen where I am, or identify myself as a wanderer? Does it look like... Whatever. The harsh competition for funding drives many people to become wholly absorbed in their work and abhorrent towards those who distract them. Remind me not to visit anytime soon. Not that I was planning to anyway. The Empire can burn for all I care. You seem to hate the Empire quite a bit. I only said that one thing. I did say... I was going to say, like, what? I only said that one thing. And then I was like, I did just say it could burn. Like, it's a long story. I see. I'm sure you have your reasons. Personally, I can relate to those Academy denizens, although my skills far surpass them, of course. I am sure they do. How am I supposed to come pals with a guy like Zoltan? Your best action of course of action would be to prove you mean to help him rather than to hinder him. Academy researchers could always use a willing assistant. I have to bow down to him? I'm an evil master! No, whatever. Right, so basically keep calm, follow orders. Something tells me I'm going to regret this. You don't have to, of course, but don't expect much help from him otherwise. Kimka seems like the best one, I'm going to be completely honest. Kimka, now that's a strange Ferrin, if ever there was one. She didn't seem perturbed at being surrounded by humans, a lot like Torrin, actually. Yes, I agree. Perhaps that was more of a consequence of her role as peacekeeper. Torrin, well, he simply seems too old to care anymore. Old? Mate, if you've seen his muscles... It's not that, it's just that he could punch anyone 20 feet across a room. Bruce Lee style. This will be a tough one. Getting to know a Ferrin must be a bit suspicious. She could think I was trying to sabotage her. Unfortunately, I cannot help you there. I highly doubt that she would feel very comfortable associating with a human. So you will have to hope she will tolerate your presence. Oh goody. She seemed like the one well, I suppose that's kind of the point. The one that's most likeable. Basil seems like an interesting fellow. What's his story anyway? I hope we don't spend much time with Basil, because my accent can only hold up so far. He seems to be a hunter of some sort. He must wear that kind of wardrobe. There's not much I can say about him, besides the fact he could probably bench press Faye. Really? He didn't look that big. I hate hunting. I usually buy food to take with me if I can. That's just because you're lazy. Excuse me for trying to keep you from being eaten. For some reason, I have a feeling that he's hiding something important. Don't do that. Don't do the whole, oh well, everyone has a secret, but I can't tell you what it is game. Come on, don't do that. I wouldn't pay it much mind. It's probably just his coin collection or something. Ignore it at your peril. And about Faye. And then we can fuck off. I'd like to ask you a question on my own. What do you think about Faye? What is that? What is that pose? Am I bothered? Like, Jesus. He's certainly a miraculous piece of machinery. I wouldn't have believed it myself, but seeing him with my own eyes, well, I suppose placing a familiar within a machine is possible after all. I'm not sure if I'd like spending much time around him. He might seem kind, but I have my reservations. Yes, he's evil. Don't be such a baby, Dougal. From what I've seen, he wouldn't hurt a fly, unless, of course, you get on his bad side. Yeah, but still, I don't think I can get too comfortable around those claws. At any rate, you must try and befriend the poor creature. Make sure you get as close to him as possible. He's the only one who might know Magister's secrets. I'll be sure to talk to him. Not only mentally, but literally as well. Metal or not, creatures of his type require a deep physical bond to foster friendship. If he tries to play with you, make sure you humour him. And of course, petting helps as well. Petting? What, is he going to sit there and purr? It is even possible... Is it? Typo. Is it even possible to pet a clockwork? Remember, Faye is not only a clockwork, but a familiar inside a clockwork. I believe that he may possess the traits of a living creature despite being mechanical in nature. Alright, got it. Get close to Faye, very close. It seems you understand. He seems to have taken a personal liking to you. You might be the only one who can gain his trust. You will only have one chance at this. Do not waste it. 8 Mile all over again. God, that's a dreadful film. For now, I must take my leave. We cannot allow Faye to detect our presence, or this entire operation will go south faster than a Ferrin on a lamb. Tomorrow night, meet me in the alley behind the general store at midnight on the dot and we can discuss events. But what about... Goodbye, Dougal. We shall meet again. Farewell. What if I die, huh? What if I see you first? Nah! Yeah, I'm being petty. She slips out of sight into the darkness like a ghost. I look back and forth, but I can't even see her leaving. It's almost as if she disappeared into thin air. That's some impressive little alchemy there. Amazing. How did she disappear so fast? Perhaps that's spy training. Oh, stupid wrench can't see anything too dark. So much for the disappearing act. Yep, that was suddenly intriguing. It looks like she doesn't know anything, which means we should still be safe. But perhaps less safe for every minute we spend around an Imperial agent. Well, the promise of money is definitely tempting. Does that mean you'll call off the monster search? Of course not. I'm going to finish this job. I always finish jobs I accept, unless I die. Something tells me it's not just your sense of duty that motivates you. I see what he did there. You know me too well, the Philosopher's Stone and Fae. It can't just be a coincidence. Are you thinking what I'm thinking? Yeah, it seems as though it could have the power to bring a familiar into the body of a machine, in which case I could bring a familiar into my body as well. I was not thinking that. What does that do? Isaac was right. The creation of Fae could yield the answer to the problem that plagued Isaac and forced me to escape from the Empire. It was something Lamia should have known if she had intel on me. Could someone have wiped it from the records, or did she just not see them in the first place? No, she knows. She's just choosing not to tell you. I mean, I only think that's what it is. I'm getting tired of this little song and dance. How much longer will it be? Well, will it have to be Dougal and his familiar Isaac? So wait, which one am I? That's me there. That's Dougal. And Isaac is... Right, so which one's... I'm so kidding. Let's just go on. Someone knows, they can tell me in the comments. Trust me, I'll find a way. I don't care how long it takes. I owe you that much for forcing you into that body. Yes, Isaac is no ordinary familiar. He has the mind of a human, because he once was a human. But 3 years ago, I forced him to experiment on me. Oh, okay. So he's the other guy. Causing an accident that nearly killed both of us. They called me an unbound, an alchemist with no familiar. Such a thing was, to the church, a mortal sin, and I was slated to be captured and imprisoned. I had to escape even though I didn't know what made me this way. It wasn't just Isaac's body that was lost, much of our long-term memories had been wiped away from the Aether Blast. That's why you can only remember 3 years. Okay, that makes more sense now. It took months for me to even remember how to read. They say that the only things that give your life meaning are memories, but I could only recall the rote knowledge from before that time, like alchemy. All that matters now is that there might be another way, a way to find a new familiar and save Isaac from this fate. And if I can obtain the Philosopher's Stone, perhaps I could figure out how. Perhaps. Later on, dramatic music. Come on, where are we? The inn? The inn. I trudge into the inn. Fucking light outside, considering it's dark. Rather tired from the day's events, I can hardly collect my thoughts. I clamber up the stairs and probably fall asleep on the bed with Isaac plopping down next to me. I'm so tired that it seems I won't have any strange dreams anymore. But then, a strange dream occurs. Oh, the stone will be your reward. The stone will be your death sentence. Right? You're creeping me out now, game. It holds the ultimate truth. It is the ultimate lie. So the Philosopher's Stone doesn't do what it's supposed to say? You again. What must I tell you about the proper procedure? Damn the procedure. We both know that we are living a lie. Even so, if the others knew, they no longer matter. Nothing matters except you and I. Together we can save them. Do you truly believe that? My research, the hypercrystal, everything that was done for you. But I must ask, do you still regard me as your servant? You already know the answer to that, but perhaps I must demonstrate once again. I thought as much. Then, who am I to refuse? That is the easiest way to ever get laid. I will happily take that. That honestly seems so nice. Like, just, do you still regard me as your servant? Oh god, here we go again. Oh, we have a diary. It's my second day in Ice and Bar, and it's already reached the top of my list of strange places. Someone's still writing. There's nothing to write. A mechanical creature in a competition between alchemists were definitely not on my agenda. Does this mean This means I'm going to die if I'm having to write a diary. It normally means that someone's going to read this afterwards. Or am I thinking too much into that? I'm probably thinking too much into that. After getting ready, I plan to head to the town square to check the job board. I'm guessing that, given the tight schedule, at least one of the alchemists will need assistance. Without their level of skill, the only way I'll ever be able to stop the monster is by checking around, and since the others will most likely be focused on their work, I'll take the advantage. Ah, this doesn't look like as much of a scary shithole anymore. The people of Icebound rise early. It seems the square is already bustling with activity. I stop for a while to take in the statue in its centre, which looks peculiar compared to the rest of the town. We walk over to the board in order to check its contents, however it seems that all jobs have been taken, save for one. The paper is quite neatly folded and attached with a wooden stick. Zoltan. Is it me, Dougal, or is that note written in Ferrin handwriting? Oh, the one I wanted! Woo! I was hoping you'd get a choice of 3, and I'd have to pick one. Oh, well, the place I wanted to go to first. She's the one I can be most evil around. Well, what do you know it is? Actually, this could be a problem. Let me take a look. Why would you want that? Lorala, Ikra, oh god, it's like Russian. Yada. They've got, what's it? I constantly tease, I've got a Bulgarian friend. I constantly tease him because they've got like 4 variants of one letter. It's like R or A or something. I can't remember that. It's annoying. Don't tell me you can read Ferrin. You have to be kidding me. I didn't even realise it myself. Amazing. I think I've gone 3 years without even remembering something that basic. They could have come in handy when we stuck in Ferrin territory. Yes, it would have, wouldn't it? Whatever. Tell me what it says in human speak this time. This message is for Terrans. Starcraft. Ferrins only. I require assistance with crucial alchemy business. More precisely, I seem to have lost the bag where I was keeping my vials of Etherion. As you might be aware, an alchemist cannot perform alchemy without somewhere to store the energy. Therefore, they are urgently needed. Whoever helps me find this bag will receive a payment in human money and in my undying gratitude. Undying gratitude doesn't really help me much. I'm an evil master and overlord, but human money? I'll happily fucking take that. However, if I discover that you have looked inside for any reason, you will receive a great and terrible curse upon you and your ancestors. Alright, well, if my ancestors are doing it, it's probably a lie. I mean it. Seriously. Do not even try. Signed, Health and Happiness, Kimka. Oh, good. Kimka? I don't think she would be the first one to... Who else do you think it was? The captain? Well, it seems that she's quite protective about what's in her bag. Do you really think that we should go up to her and tell her about it? No, she would refuse to talk to us. We have to approach gradually and see if we can get her to spill the beans. Good thinking, Dougal. Now, then, where could she be anyway? Maybe we should ask Jeffrey about that. He might know something we don't. Right, this is the guy we pissed off earlier by asking for a cheaper raid. Good morning, what can I do for you? I've just been wondering, where's the best place in town for a Ferrin to stay? Well, right here, of course. I'm proud to say that I'm one of the only inns that gladly houses both races. Really? Hold on. Have you seen a female Ferrin anywhere? Actually, I have. There was an alchemist who holed up here last night, went by the name of Kimka, if I recall correctly. What a smashing piece of luck. What? Kimka went to the same inn? You mean to tell me that you know her? Not really. I was just looking for her for reasons. Ignore the moaning. Suddenly, I hear movement from the direction of the stairs. A figure walks down from the second floor, making a groaning noise as they stretch their arms above their heads. That was a nice rest. I have to commend you on your accommodations. They are indeed quite satisfactory. I just realised that I had to be going now. See you later. She turns towards me, suddenly realising who I am. Dougal, don't tell me you went to the same inn? Yes, as a matter of fact. Well, I suppose that cannot be helped. Now, if you excuse me, human, I have to see about some urgent business. Mate. Mate, what are you doing? You were nice yesterday. What's this about? Wait! What is it? You desire something of me? Yeah, actually I was. Dougal, you have to say something, otherwise you may lose track of her completely. I want to go with you. By the spirits, what in Permia was that all about? You do realise that I'm competing against you, do you not? Why then would there be a reason for you to accompany me anywhere? Gotta think of something fast. This is a puzzling one. We shall combat it in next episode.